Welcome back to the Unscripted podcast. Today, I have a very, very special guest with me, and she actually inspired me to do this. So this is kind of like a full circle moment. But yeah, so without further ado, I have Elsy.
Hi guys. I don't know what camera I'm gonna look at, but I'll look at you guys for now.
Yeah. So I'm actually really excited because I know I told you a little bit off camera, but you and Bobby Altoff are like my biggest inspirations, and
that is crazy because I feel like me having a podcast, people are just like, why does she have a podcast?
Really?
Yeah.
And that's something that I wanted to like get into a little bit, just kind of like how the podcast came to be, like me and who else. And it's a fire name, by the way.
Thank
like
you.
When I saw it, like when I finally like watched you officially, I'm like, dang, she has a really good name. And that's when I started thinking like, okay, I need a good name. It can't just be Joel's podcast. You know, it's got to be something good. But yeah, I kind of want to just kind of dive into the like background and how it came to be.
So I feel like it's funny because I feel like my audience, especially since if you guys have been watching me for a very long time, you guys know I have a really bad like speech impediment and a really bad stutter.
Really?
And on top of that, I have a really heavy accent. So when you mix all of that together, it's just like a talking mess. So when I did start my podcast, everyone was just like, why? What's going on? But I honestly think that was the main reason why I wanted to start a podcast, because I feel like in the beginning I really wanted to like challenge myself and just be like, you know, like let me do something that I know I can't do, but I still want to conquer it. Like I still want to just pursue it, just to see if I'm able to challenge myself. And I've said this before. If I'm being honest, that was the main reason why I did want to start it. And then like bringing in like, I was going to say the customers, not the customers, the guests.
Oh yeah.
Not the customers. I don't know what's going on with me. And then bringing in like the guests and stuff, that also, I like my like the whole thing about it was I just wanted to have like very comfortable and just real conversations with people.
So what was like sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like I'm genuinely curious because like podcaster to podcaster, and I'm like, let me ask you all the podcast questions.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with the concept of interviewing fellow creators? Because that was what you inspired me to do, was like have those normal conversations from creator to creator. Because I feel like when it's creator to creator, you can kind of connect on a different level. But obviously I give all the props to you because to me, you're kind of like the pioneer of that. So I kind of wanted to like, how'd you even come up with that concept?
Oh, well, I definitely cannot take credit for that because I feel like there's like, for example, my biggest inspiration is Call Her Daddy.
Okay. Oh yeah. Call Her Daddy.
Alex Cooper. Obviously she's like in a whole different league where she brings on like celebrities and like a lot of like, you know, big people. But I was just I've been watching her for years. And I think that one thing that really inspires me about her is just the way that she's able to communicate with someone.
Right.
Cause I've always like lacked that. I am not the best communicator. I feel like for example, right now, I feel like I struggle a lot with getting my words out and just having like a normal conversation with someone like out on the street or just meeting anyone. And to me, I was just like, it's just so inspiring how someone can just have a conversation with someone. Ever since I was a little girl, like I've always had like a really bad stutter. I've always had like a really bad speech impediment.
Yeah. Well, you had it really well. I can't even tell.
Really, I feel like the podcast has been helping me, and I think I'm like, okay, maybe like, I'm pursuing my goals without like realizing that I'm actually like doing it. But I think with the whole like concept of me bringing in guests was like originally I did not want like to come off like a chisme podcast.
Okay.
And if I am being honest, I feel like in the beginning it was starting to like the vibes were feeling a little like chismosa vibes, and I'm like, and then I feel like as months like started passing, I just started like inviting people out who like really had like a real story. Yeah. Like people who I can either relate to or I know others can relate to. And I think having that conversation online, I just think I don't know, I feel like it's very important. And I feel like it's also very like, to me, it's so empowering because I'm just like, I get inspired by the creators that I bring on. Like every single creator that I've had on the podcast, it's because I'm either like inspired by them or I really like, I love their content. Like I don't just like bring someone on where I'm just like, oh, like I can't relate to you. Like, but no, I really, the people that I invite, it's always about, I
was gonna say,
inspired by them.
no, you're good. I was gonna say, I can tell just like by being a fan now, like I'll see like your podcast, and it seems like your guests are very intentional, like with the selection process. I know you interview like a lot of Latinos. I'm Mexican myself, so is that something that you are always trying to like think of as you're like trying to find the next guest? Are you like, what's the thought process, and how do you select who's going to come on next?
I think what I try to do, like, I think I first look at, for example, like I'm just going to, for example, I think Lulu, like I don't even know who Comadre Lulu is.
I don't.
So she's like this Hispanic creator, and her story is very similar to mine. Like I'm not me putting all her business out there. It's on the podcast if you guys want to go watch it. But like, for example, like she recently was going through like a divorce. She became a single mom of 2, and she's now co-parenting with her ex husband. And for example, when I like saw like her entire story, like I feel so much like empathy, like not empathy, because Lulu, she's so strong and she's very courageous, but I just relate so much to her, and I feel like Lulu inspires me a lot. And to me, it's just like her story, like the fact that she came on my podcast, she spoke about everything. I think it's so like empowering, and to me, it's so, and like when I sat back and watched the whole thing, because I feel like filming it is different than going back and watching it. Like you go back and you're just like, oh, I don't remember we even said this. And that one of like that episode, I was just like, wow. Like I even cried like rewatching it, because I'm just like, oh my God, like this is just beautiful. I just think the way, and then I just think like the whole beauty of it is how many people she inspires. And how, like, I think that she sent out like a really good message on, just choosing herself. And I don't know, I think that's my entire thought process when I try to select creators. I kind of like look like on their background, or like the content that they've posted, or just any story that I'm just like, damn, like this is something that a lot of women can hear. And I think that's kind of like my thought process. And I've had like also like guys on there. And then I think for that aspect, I think that, for example, like on the athlete side, I've had only one athlete, and that, I think that was more like, I was more inspired by like Call Her Daddy when it comes to like selecting those type of guests. Because I'm just like, maybe I do want to expand. Maybe I do want to like bring on different guests, different backgrounds, and like different, I guess, creators, like not only influencers, but also like celebrities.
Yeah, I get it. Like creators in their own industry, or like their own lanes. I get you.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you kind of talked a little bit about something in there, and it's about her guests and like her story, her motherhood, and how that came to be. It's nice interviewing other podcasters, because I'm like, she's already doing the transitions for me. I don't have to do much.
I got you. I have my cue cards.
Let's go. I know I don't have cue cards. I don't know. I guess the whole unscripted. I feel like if I had the cue cards, it'd feel a little bit scripted. But I've had like some people tell me like, well, you should have like questions lined up. I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna research even harder.
No, but I love that though, because I feel like the conversation can just like naturally just flow. Yeah, it's good.
Maybe in the future, like I'll implement it, but just for now, I just like the concept of it. But anyways, your motherhood, I think you have like a really inspiring story. Like you kind of came up on my radar maybe a couple months ago, so I've only kind of seen like the stuff recently. I haven't like done like a deep dive or anything like that.
I'm like, that's harsh. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go back even further. No, I'm kidding.
But one thing I've seen is like you inspire like a lot of people, like especially like being a mom, a single mom, and stuff like that. And I kind of wanted to ask about like, where did you, because I can just tell just based off of like us being here and then watching the content, because like when you meet somebody online versus meeting somebody in person, they're like two different people sometimes. I can sit here and say, just from the brief conversations we've had, you're pretty much the same person online as you are in person, and I can tell like you're a really good mom.
Oh, thank you so much.
How much of that comes from the way your mom raised you? Because I know you just gave her a cool little Christmas gift. Let me be real. unexpected expenses always show up at the worst time. Groceries, gas, car, rent, sometimes payday just isn't lined up quite yet. And that's why I like Clover. It lets you access up to $400 before payday. No credit check, no interest, and no late fees. You could wait a few days for your advance or pay a small fee to get it instantly, and there's no monthly membership required. It's honestly just peace of mind knowing that there's a transparent option when you just need a little bit of help getting through. So if you're short on cash, go ahead and access up to $400 with no credit checks or late fees. And go ahead and click that link in the description so they know that I sent you.
My mom, she is that woman, like she's like the definition of putting her kids before anyone else. And that's exactly what she did with my dad. My dad, I don't even know if I've ever mentioned this, but when we were small, my mom found out that we were actually the second family. And it's crazy because I'm named after my dad's wife. And I found out through court papers. So my name, like the name Elsy, comes from my dad's wife or ex-wife, because according to the court papers, I believe she divorced him or something like that. And my dad had to put really, really like very insensitive false allegations against my mom, which got us taken away from her when we were young. So we, like all of us, we ended up like in this foster home. I still remember it was like this really huge house. We were so like lucky and grateful that we got put in together. And I believe we stayed there. I don't even remember the time. I was so little. I don't even remember how old I was. I just remember I was in the room with my youngest brother and he was still in the crib, like in diapers.
Wow.
And I remember I had an eye infection because I hurt myself on the way to the house. Like that's how little we were, that like I was taking care of my little brother who was still in the crib. Like it was
challenging.
And my mom fought for us. Like she went head to head with my dad. Like she fought for us. Like she chose us over the men that she was in love with, the men that she was like heartbroken over. And I think that's why my mom has a huge part in the reason why I'm the way with my daughter. Because I don't know, I think my mom, she really showed me that no, it's our kids first.
Another thing that I like actually really admire about you, and like I think this is something like I really want to dive into because I actually haven't dove into this with anybody. So I'm actually really excited for this, but you are not afraid to like talk about your faith and like your faith journey. And
absolutely not.
I'll just tell you like a little bit about my story and then like we'll get into it. I started doing content about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And I kind of just did like POV skits and, just the normal, like you just started making content and stuff like that. And I did really well. And obviously I'm in a friend group with a lot of other creators. So it kind of just helps boost me up a little bit. But I started getting like really convicted. I have like a couple mentors in my life who, I grew up in the church. So I started off Catholic till I was like about, typical Mexican household.
Yeah.
So I was about, like 13, 14. And then, I think I was like 12. Okay. But yeah, so then I switched over to an apostolic church and I got baptized shortly after. And so like I go to church every Sunday. I try to go every Wednesday, but now that like I'm doing a lot of traveling and stuff like that, it makes it a little bit hard to make the Bible studies on Wednesday. Yeah. But faith is like a really, really, really big thing for me. And when I started making content, kind of like bringing it all back, I started getting convicted because I was looking at my page and I'm like, you don't see God in this. Like, you wouldn't know that I'm separated. You wouldn't know that like I'm different from the rest. So I started, and my parents are they're very religious as well. And my dad, like my content was doing really good numbers wise. Like I was getting millions of views and stuff like that. But my dad, like he wasn't like a huge fan of what I was doing. He loves me. He supports me. Yeah, but he was just like, this isn't, my middle name's Angel. He's like, this isn't like my Jill Angel. This isn't like, that's not you. So I kind of just started getting convicted, a little bit of praying about it and just like, okay, well, what should I do? Because now this is my job. This is my career. This is how I pay my bills. So like, what do I do? And as you know, like it's hard to just 360 in content. Like your views are just gonna and that's money and stuff like that. So that's when the concept of the podcast came about, and I'm like, okay, this is something I really like I feel like I can talk to people how I truly am and not acting and skitting and stuff like that. And then now my like Instagram and shorts content is more like vlog style. Like yesterday I posted me hiking in California for the first time. And now I'm getting really good reception for it. But yeah, like you talk about faith a lot. So
Yes.
this is something that's a really big part of my life. So I kind of wanted to ask, like, what's your faith journey, and like how did it start? What made you, you know, lead to Christ and stuff like that? I kind of want to just get into it.
I'm like, oh my God, I love this question. So I love talking about anything that has to do with faith. I understand that in the industry that we're in, it can be controversial, which I don't understand why.
Yeah.
Why is Jesus controversial?
Yeah.
That's weird. But my entire faith journey started, I honestly feel like it started on accident, which is kind of crazy to say because I live in a typical Hispanic household. My mom's Catholic. We grew up going to the Catholic church like once in a while. We barely went to church. But I know a little bit of the faith and stuff, like growing up. And then I ended up getting baptized in 2024 of October.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. But if I am being transparent, I remember when I did get baptized, I still had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
I still feel like I had no like relationship with God. I still, I had went to go get baptized because my sisters were getting baptized and they're just like, oh, like you should come. And it was like in that season of my life, I was in a very like tough, vulnerable position where I was just going through a lot. I was recovering from a huge accident. I was just going through a lot mentally, emotionally, physically, like all of the above.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, like make sure like I'll go get baptized with you guys. And at the time of like during that time, my sisters would take my daughter to church. And then I wouldn't go because I was still recovering. I was still like on bed rest and stuff. And then she started liking church. So she started like, she was the one who like would talk to me about Jesus and like,
daughter,
my daughter. So I'm like, oh, like tell me more, like what's going on? So I like little by little, I started going like when I started feeling better. Even when I got baptized, I remember I like when they put me down, I was just like, oh my God, I'm kind of in pain, but I'm gonna still do it. Because I had just taken off my staples, I believe. Like I was still like freshly off, like I was still recovering. And even after I got baptized, I still was very much like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just following my sisters. Like my sisters want me to, they want me to be here. My daughter's telling me to go to church. So I'm going to start going to church with her. And little by little, I just kept going with the flow. So I just kept going to church and I was just like, okay, like, and I truly believe it was at a Christian church where that's when I really felt the Holy Spirit. And it was during worship. And I know people have a lot to say about the Christian church about like, oh, it's the concerts and it wasn't like a huge church either. But I think the first time that I felt the Holy Spirit was when we were like worshiping at church, and I literally wanted to cry, and I was just like, why do I feel like I want to cry? Like it was just like a full like circle moment for me. And then that's when me and my sisters, we started doing Bible study every Friday. And we would not miss every single Friday at my house. Bible study, like the kids will play, we'll sit down. It was me and my two sisters and one of my sister's husband and my brother-in-law. So we would just like Bible study. And I think that's when I really, really started to be like, oh my God, like I'm really starting to get to know who Jesus is and like the story behind him. And then keep in mind, I still feel like I'm very new to my faith. Like I still have a lot to learn. I still fall short every single day. So I think the Bible studies were really, really like, I was just so intrigued with like just the Bible, like just everything that the Bible was teaching us. And then after that, that's when I think the first time that because I love talking about God, I love talking about Jesus. But one thing that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about, it's like the enemy. So
let's get into it.
Like, oh my God, it's crazy because when I was really, really into my Bible studying, like really praying to like talking to him, like really having this connection with him when in the very beginning, I started getting like sleep paralysis. And there was one that really stuck out to me. Well, there was two of them. And I would tell my sisters about this because when we would do our Bible studies, we'll come back and we'll talk about like how our week went, like what did we dream about. And I told my sisters, I'm just like, like I had a really terrifying dream that that I was sleeping, and I won't ever forget this because I was just like, look at God. Like I was just like, and it's to people it's gonna sound crazy, but no, I know what I saw, I know what I felt, and I'm like, no, Jesus Christ is real. I don't care what anyone tells me. So I remember that I don't know if it was a dream, but I like physically felt a presence in my room when I was sleeping. And I was sleeping like facing my window to my left. So when I was sleeping, like I felt like somebody like tug on my legs, like kind of like it almost felt like they were like compressing on my legs. And then I just remember like I don't know if it was a dream, I don't know, but I'm like, oh, God was there, like he literally saw what happened. That's why I'm just like I think this is why I'm really, really passionate about my faith, and you know, so the entire thing. But anyways, I'm going off topic. So when I had looked over to my right, I saw like a really dark figure, and I don't think anything has terrified me more than what I saw that night. Cause I remember like I had closed my eyes, and I remember I was telling God, I'm like, God, I'm like, Jesus, just please, like, just put light. I just remember like specifically telling him, I just need light. I'm like, just give me light. Like I feel like it's very, people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, she sounds crazy, like she's telling a nighttime story. But I'm like, no. It literally, I think that was one of the main reasons why I'm just like, no, I need to get more in my word, because now I know who the enemy is. Now I know how he spiritually attacks us. And I just remember like I was telling Jesus like out loud, I was speaking to him out loud, and I'm just like, Jesus, just give me light. Like I'm terrified. Like I'm like, Jesus, just give me light. I don't know. I don't want to speak for God. I don't want to speak for Jesus. But what I do remember is I closed my eyes, and when I opened them, it was already day. It was like morning time. Wow. Yeah. And when I told my sisters this, they were just like you do know that the enemy's like he's trying to attack you now, because now you are in your word. Now you are like, you're pursuing something that the enemy hates. And this is why I think a lot, and I don't know why people are afraid to speak about like the enemy, but I'm like, if you believe in God, you have to believe in.
Well, in my opinion, you have like, think of it like when you're playing in a sport, right? Like you have to know your opponent. If you're just going to go into battle, or if you're going to go into a game and you just don't know anything about who you're playing against, then you're just going to lose, just because, well, you know nothing about them. So kind of like in your case, like you know what you're up against.
And and I think when the devil tried to play with me that night, I was just like, oh, okay, like he scared the crap out of me. Like I cannot, it almost like it, like I just can't explain how scared I was that night. And I think, like me, when I was talking to God, and the fact that he gave me light, obviously in a way that I had no idea he was going to give me. Like I thought I was just going to like, I don't know if I want to say it was a dream, I don't know. But in my head, I'm just like, oh, he's going to give me light. Like he's just like, I'm going to wake up and this never happened. It, like, I can even emphasize how crazy it felt, because when I closed my eyes, it literally felt like I closed them and I opened them and it was daytime. And I was just like, and when this happened, I called my sisters. I'm just like, you guys, I swear you guys are going to think I'm lying, but I'm like, this just happened to me. I'm like, and then, my sisters, they're very like devoted Christians, and they talk to me all the time, and they tell me, they're just like, oh, like, you just have to keep praying. Like, obviously the enemy's after you. And I think that what really sparked my faith, when I really felt the presence of the enemy. And I think this is why, not that I want to put like light on the enemy, but I do want to bring awareness to it, because we live in a very spiritual realm, and I feel like a lot of people are like, they're gonna think I'm crazy talking about this, but
spiritual warfare is a real thing. Like there's like a famous verse, like we fight not against flesh and blood, but against principalities of peace. So it's like, spiritual warfare is a real thing.
It is. And it's terrifying. Like, I don't think I've ever been that scared of something that I thought I was like imagining. But no, I truly felt like a dark presence in my room. And this was, I want to say like the end of like 2024. It was when I was starting to like, do my Bible studying and all of that. So I think that was a huge spark in my faith where because I really did feel like I was protected that night.
Yeah.
Like when I called on his name, and I don't know how he did it, but it was morning. By the time I opened my eyes, I'm just like, he probably put me asleep, and I woke up and I was like, oh, like I literally thought I was in a movie. Like it was like, it was just insane to me. But fast forward in 2025, I kept going to church. I just kept reading my Bible, and I started sharing it online.
Yeah.
And that's when it gets a little tricky being in this industry, because anything, like, I am fully aware that like we are going to fall short. And I think that's the beautiful thing about coming to Christ is you have to come to him in a very, very humble position, extremely humble. And I think that and a lot of people are always just like, oh, she thinks she's godly now, and it's just like, like I used to live in Africa with the little birdies and the little monkeys. Like, no, like that's not how it works when you follow Christ. You have to come to him and humble yourself and tell him like I am feeling wicked. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this. Like I've sinned. Like I've probably broke all the 10 commandments. Like and it's something that that's a huge part of your journey. Like you have to be extremely honest and extremely transparent with him. And you have to acknowledge when you fall short. And I've learned that throughout these years, like sharing my faith online, because a lot of people, obviously, which I understand, a lot of people are like, oh, like she thinks she's godly now. And it's just like, let me tell you, I fall short every single day. And I think the beautiful thing about it is that I get those conversations with him and with him only. And I get to repent for those things. And our God is he's very, very merciful, and he is, and I think that's the beautiful part about following Christ, that is like, I know that I fall short, and I know that I can pray for a better like heart posture. I can pray for like, God, like I'm feeling like I want to curse this person out. Like I'm feeling like, God, like I'm originally from South Central. My childhood, I am a wicked little girl, let me tell you. And I'm not afraid to say that, because I think following Christ that's testimony. It's my testimony, and it's my public testimony. Like I am not afraid to say that I am very sinful. I am not afraid to say that, because one thing about the devil, he is a liar. Like, I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh, like I'm this little something that, like, no, that's not how you come to Christ. You fall at his feet and you humble yourself and you tell him, like, this is how I'm feeling. These are all my wrongdoings. Like, I've done this, I've done that. And this is why you pray for like a better, like whether it's like you're feeling anxiety, whether you're feeling like some sort of envy, whether you're feeling like you want to get revenge towards someone. Like, I think this is why I'm so passionate about following Christ, because he literally is the solution to everything. Like, and it's so beautiful. I love talking about God. Like, to me, it's just like let's talk more about it.
You know what's like really cool about you, and I can just tell, just like based off of like what you said and like things I've seen online. So obviously, like I grew up in the church, so like I know, like I'm not gonna say I know everything, but like I know like a lot of scriptures. I went to a Christian college, so like I studied the Bible, everything. So just hearing like how you speak about it, I can tell like you're really in it, because you know there's like people say like, oh yeah, I go to church and all that, and like, yes, please go. Like, I'd rather you go to church and like than not at all. But there's a difference between just going and then like you said, humbling yourself and actually like taking in the word and stuff like that, and just kind of hearing everything you said. I'm like, okay, she actually does this.
Oh my God.
And even, I don't know, I saw you post a thread one time. I don't quite remember, but I remember you were talking about some girl's testimony. And you started quoting some scriptures, and I'm like, okay, she's really in the church. So all that.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I had to correct myself there, because unfortunately I did say some things that I shouldn't have said, and I used God's name in vain. And I had to correct myself in that moment, because I was just like, whoa, like this is not what I've been learning about Jesus. This is not who Jesus is. And obviously, the more you get to know him, the more you are in your word. Like, you want to reflect him as much as you can. And that's when I say, like, I had to humble myself. And I had to publicly like apologize for my wrongdoing, because I one thing that I don't want to like do is walk around with pride. That's not what Jesus teaches us. And I don't want to walk around with thinking that my hands are clean, because that's not what it's like walking with him.
Those were the Philistines. They were in the lawmakers. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like really religious. Do you know that story?
Oh, is it with the, I think I know what you're talking about.
So basically, okay, I'm not like a pastor or anything. So if I say something wrong.
No, yeah, please. Like, yeah, let's have this conversation. Yeah.
So like basically there was a group in the Bible, right? And it was when Jesus was around, like in the New Testament, and the Philistines, I'm sorry, not the Philistines, the Sadducees.
Okay.
The Sadducees, it's like, there's like a funny little church joke, because the word is Sadducee, and they always say the Sadducees, like, so basically they were really religious lawmakers. So they were like the ones who were like super religious, and like they would like do all the traditions and stuff like that, whereas like
following like the law of Moses.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like you have to do it like the old school way,
like
and stuff
the Old
like
Testament.
that.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's something like nowadays, and kind of like how me and you are, because I have to be honest, like you do it a lot more than me, and I've been feeling like more convicted lately to like even just do this right here.
Yeah.
You know, and basically what I'm trying to get at is I can't just be like, I don't want to be like a Sadducee. Like I want to tell the people, and that's why I really like how you're saying like be humble, and like you fall short every day, because I feel the same way. Like when I started doing content, you know, my life changed completely, and like I got to do a lot of cool things. I got to meet a lot of cool people and be in rooms, and these were rooms that I've always wanted to be in. But then I'm like, well, what did I do to get here? You know? And then now that I'm in the room, what am I doing to tell people like, hey, you should come to Jesus, you know? And like, I'm still navigating that, like, because like I said, I'm not a pastor, and like sometimes I get stuff wrong, and
100%. Yeah.
But I do feel that conviction of like, no, like I feel like I should plant the seed at least. You know what I mean?
Like create disciples.
Exactly. So that's
okay. We got this.
We're trying our best.
Hopefully everyone's listening.
Yeah, we're trying our best. We're giving you guys a little.
I'm like, everyone pull out their Bibles.
Literally. But it's really cool. So do you still do like the Friday Bible study groups, or?
We haven't in a long time, but we currently are taking these. I don't know if they're like, I call them disciple classes. I don't know what they're called, like LOF classes at a local church. And it's a 12-week program. And then it's like a 2.5 class. So I'm just like, honestly, I'm just trying to put my feet anywhere where I can like just get to know God. And if you guys live in an empire, and if you guys do want to take these classes, hit my DMs. I'm like, how can I get the enemy mad by tomorrow? Because and the classes are beautiful. Like it's very much about like mind wars. It's very much about just like us as human beings living in a fallen world, and how to navigate our feelings, our actions, and it's very biblical. When I think it's so beautiful, I think it's like, and then we're barely on our 3rd week, and it's just, I don't know, it's different. Especially being like in the industry that we're in.
Well, I feel like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I feel like we have a very like special calling, because God gave us this gift. Right? He gave us this gift of a platform. And it's like, but I have to be completely honest. Like, I don't want to be the guy online who's like the Mr. Preacher, you know, because that just doesn't feel like me. You know, I feel like I don't want to lie. I don't want to, because to this day I'll sin, you know, and stuff like that. So I don't want to go out there and say, hey, do this and all that. But then like behind closed doors, what if I'm not doing that? Right. So I don't want that conviction, you know, so, but I do feel a conviction to like at least say, hey, this is my faith, and this is what I believe. The good news. And I'm not the guy that like forces it onto people. But like, if you ask me, I'm gonna tell you. Like, I'm gonna tell you. If you ask me, hey, blah 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 blah, I'm gonna give you what my honest opinions are and what my thoughts are, and like based off of how I've grown up and like the word that I currently still dive into, I'm gonna give you my answer. So I feel like for us, like you said, the enemy, he's going to come at us, and he's going to come on our platform, because he's going to come at us maybe a little bit harder than some other people, because he knows, well, we have reach. you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you just like saying, hey, if you're in the IE and you want to come to this.
I'm like, hey, if you guys want to come, I will answer the DMs. I really would.
Yeah.
If you guys want to take these classes, I think that they're life-changing, and I just have to find ways to piss off the enemy. No, I'm just kidding.
And she does answer her DMs, I will say.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
I was really shocked.
Yeah.
I was shocked that you answered my DM, because I'll be honest, like, all my guests have been friends or people that I'm like connected to, right? Like, or a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
So you were kind of like the first one where I was like, hey, you want to be on the pod? You know, and I don't remember how I asked. Oh, yes. I was like, how can I get you on my podcast? So like,
I think you asked me if I wanted McDonald's. I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. You're like, hold on.
Wait, chat, wait.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, like you were the.
I tried saying it so bad, but I couldn't hold my laugh. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, you did ask me something.
I could see your head thinking. I was like, she's thinking of something.
I'm kidding.
But no, yeah. You were like the first guest that I had on that's like outside of my group. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
cool.
now my nerves are a little gone, but
yeah.
And I was a little nervous getting you on the pod. But
no.
Kind of like talking about the faith before we get away from it.
Yeah.
Me personally, like now we're just talking regular, right? For me, now that I'm in the dating scene, I feel like it's a little bit harder now, because now I'm a little bit more intentional. And
yes.
I mean, I've always been intentional, but now that I have a platform now, it's like, well, if I bring someone on, not only are they going to be like, it's going to be public, but now it's like, well, I'm at the point in the age of my life where like I do want to get married, I do want to have kids and stuff like that, but I don't want to just give that to somebody who I feel like is not at least seeking God's heart. You know, you don't have to be like this perfect,
full on,
full on thing, but at least you're seeking God's heart.
Yeah.
So like, I wanted to ask you, like, how has like the dating scene been for you in that aspect? Because I'll tell you, for me, and obviously if we don't want to get into it, we're going to get into it. But like for me, it's definitely been a lot trickier. Yeah. Because now I'm navigating two things. It's like, well, I just started content and things are going pretty well, and then also I want a godly woman. You know, like I want a girl that I can lead, and like I almost want her to like be after his heart more than me. You know?
Which that's how it's written in scripture. Like it's God and then our partners and our kids and
equally yoked.
Yep. Yeah. So I don't know. I think my dating scene, I've been single ever since I left my my daughter's dad. And if I'm being fully transparent, my dating history is horrible. I've never ever, and I think this also has like a lot to do, like not necessarily with my dad, but I guess because like I never was raised like seeing how a man should treat a woman. And I think this is why I'm like, damn, like I think this is why I love God even more, because when you really get to know him, like he teaches you everything. And I see why he's like, don't have premarital sex. Like you lead yourself to destruction. And
soul ties.
It's crazy. Like it's crazy, but you like the message that he sends us, and because he gave us this powerful thing called free will, we decide to do whatever we want. We lead ourselves to destruction. And I'm not saying like I have to be very careful with my words because people can take it out of context. But I'm not saying like being a single mom is a bad thing, but I led myself to that by having like premarital sex, by like, I just have to be very careful with how I word things, because obviously my daughter, she's a blessing. Like I love her so much. But I think with the dating scene, like I see it so different now, because I've always, now that I'm guessing like, you know, trying to grow my faith, I realized that my dating history has been so bad. And it's because I never knew how to pick them. Ever. I've always wanted the bad guy, the one who treated me wrong, the one who was going to cheat on me. And for some reason, to me, I was content with that. Like, to me, I was just like, oh, he loves me. Like, but I think that has a lot to do with, I guess, like the way I was raised and stuff. So now I see things so differently. Now I'm just like, whoa. Like, I think that I'm very much like, I do want someone who, like you said, like not someone who's like a fully like devoted Christ follower, but someone who could recognize that God sent his one and only son to die on the cross for us. Yeah. And I think maybe like us together, we can evolve with our faith and lead one another. And in my situation, it's a little different because I do have a little one.
Yeah.
So I think that all these years, I have been extremely, extremely, like, not picky, because I think
you have to be, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I have to be, but I also want to, like, humble myself and not, not say that with pride and ego and say, oh, like, I'm picky. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but I just have to be very more selective and careful because I come as a package. Yeah. I have a little girl now. I do want somebody who, like, loves God as much as I do. And I think that's where I am in the dating space.
Yeah.
So I think this is, that's why it's a little, like, my standards have gone up super high. But I do want to say that in a very humble way. Like, I want to say that in a way where, like I do want both of us to, like, humble ourselves to God and, like, fall to his feet. And I just want just something.
You want
a
Christ-centered relationship.
I do. Yeah. And I know people are going to look at me like I'm crazy, but I do. I don't think that I want a worldly person anymore. I think I've been there, done that. That didn't do me any good. Yeah. My dating history, like, I have been very horrible at picking my partners. And I think, I definitely do want something that's more Christ-centered.
We have a new guest on the pod.
We're back with the guest.
We're back with the guest. I kind of just wanted to, like, ask about her in a sense. Like, I really like the post that you did recently with her, where you dressed her up in, like, for her.
Oh, when she was an emo?
Yeah. That was really funny.
Yeah. No, I know. She had her 100th day of school of kindergarten.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, welcome to the pod.
Hi.
What's your name?
Elani.
Hi, Lonnie.
Say hi.
It's so cool because, okay, so I do a lot of content with other kids. Like my friend Larry, he has Zaza. And Zaza's like, I feel like he's like the most popular baby on earth. And then recently they have kids and stuff like that. So, like, I feel like this is kind of what I'm used to. Yeah. But I kind of wanted to ask, like, a creator outside of my circle, like, how do you feel about, like, making content with, like, your kid? Because I feel like it's a part of your life. I've heard both sides. I've heard both sides of the spectrum. But I kind of wanted, like, your thoughts on, doing family content and stuff like that.
I don't know. I think obviously, like, it's a little scary because we're putting our kids online, and, like, that can be a little tricky. But I think if I'm able to control what I post, I think that makes me feel a lot comfortable. Like, I'm very, like, I guess, like, very careful with what I post about her. Or, for example, like, if she's having, like, a tantrum, or, like, and I feel like I'm very, I guess, like, the correct words to say is just very careful, but on the fun side, I guess. I don't know. I think it's just been fun, and she likes it. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been, I don't know. And I think it's been fun sharing my journey being a single mom, or a single woman, I guess, with a kid, because she does have her dad in her life. But it's been fun. To me, it's just like, I don't know. I like sharing my journey with her. Yeah. How she was raised. A lot of people call her Pablito because when she used to have, she still has curly hair, but she used to have, like, a little afro. Yeah. And I don't know. To me, it's been fun, but I think it's also been very. I think what I really love about the content that I post with her, is because I know that there's also, like, a lot of single moms, a lot of people who have gone, and till this day, my court situation happened, like, almost 3 years ago. But till this day, I still get DMs about people asking me, like, for advice when it comes to the entire, like, custody situation. And I do respond, like he said, I do respond to my DMs. I'm very good at, for some reason, I just love talking to people. Yeah. And I think that makes me feel like, oh, okay, like, maybe, I don't know, it's more, I guess like heartwarming for me, like knowing that I can help a lot of people who are in this similar situation. And let me just say one thing, like we are not victims of anything. Like I hate when people are like, oh, like she's, you know, she has such a victim mindset. Like, no, that's how the enemy wants you to think. Like, I'm not a victim of me being a single mom. Like, me and Alani are thriving. Like, I just think that if you change your mindset, I'm like going off topic here. Sorry.
Nah, dude. Unscripted.
Right, exactly. I don't have cue cards. Sorry, guys. But I just think that the way you go into you're creating content with your kids, just creating content in general, it changes a lot. Like your perspective on just having an open mind. I tell this to everyone that I know personally. Like, if you live your life with an open mind, your life can completely change. And I think when I go into content with her, like I just go in there with like, I don't know, to me, it's just like I'm having fun with my kid. Like, it's like me becoming a single mom is not the end of like my testimony with her. Like, and I think that, and I know that a lot of my audience are moms, because of the content. She's over here getting all comfy because of the content that I post. And yeah, I think that one thing that I can probably tell people who watch me is just like, I don't know, I think we are a lot stronger than we know. We are a lot courageous. And I think the fact that we still get up every single day, no matter what trials and tribulations are thrown at us, I think that is a story like on itself and like on its own. And I don't know, I think it's nice having the platform to share my journey with her, because everything that happened between me and her dad, like that was very, very public. So I think when I do post content with me and her, it's just, I don't know, to me it's just something that I hope people can get inspired by. Just because, like, yes, we are going to go through all of these trials and all of that, but I don't know. I think that we're strong moms. Like, we're just like strong mama bears, because Alani makes me feel like I have superpowers. And I don't want to like, I don't want to sound like I'm blaspheming anything, but I'm like, hold on. But that's really how it feels. It just feels very like empowering having a little one.
I'd say overall, like you're pretty inspirational. Like,
oh,
I mean, I've seen like your content online, but like now, like hearing it in person, I'm like, now I feel like motivated. I'm like, all right, I can't wait to go take on whatever's next.
Yes, that's because I'm telling you, it's just the way you like perceive things. Every like the way your mindset is, your entire life can change. Like, even if you are going through trials like and tribulations, like, yes, give yourself time to reset. Take all the time you need to cry, and take all the time like doing whatever you have to do to reset. Everyone has different ways of resetting themselves, and also regulating like their emotions and stuff. And as soon as you get that done, just keep it pushing. What's next? Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do that. And I think, and my sisters tell me this all the time. They're like, I don't know how you do it. Like, people can be attacking me online, and I'm just like, okay, hold on. Let me just go in the room and cry. I'll be right back. And then I go talk to God, and I'm just like, oh, like, you know, whatever my prayer is to him that day. And then I come out, I'm just like, okay. I'm like, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready for whatever the day, you know, gives me. Cause I just think that, I think that we are only sad for as long as we want to be sad. And I think that
the power of the mind, the power of the tongue is very, very strong.
It is extremely powerful. Even the Bible tells us that, like, our tongues hold so much power. And I think also like releasing your emotions. Like, I know a lot of people like perceive that as like being weak and being like, and I that's one
honest,
thing that
the machismo in me, like I struggle with that. But I will say this past year, shout out Lero Benz, by the way. He's been like, nah, bro. Like, sometimes you gotta just cry.
You
and, like,
have to.
It's been, I will say it's been helping. The machismo Mexican inside me is like, all right, you gotta just suck it up, you know. Yeah, like recently, my grandma, she passed away the day after Christmas. And I posted a video like, well, my grandpa passed last Christmas. So like they passed a year and a day apart. I smile a lot. So when I'm smiling, I'm not smiling because of the situation. I just naturally smile a lot. But like I posted a video of like me like crying, and like it was so hard, like, because that's just not who I typically am. I'm usually like the strong stoic, in any situation, but I was like, nah, like sometimes a thug gotta cry sometimes.
Yeah, I love crying. I have no shame in that. Like, I love falling on my knees, on my like hands and knees, and crying and pleading and praying to God, and and I think that's, I don't know, I think that's that's like a huge part of what we learn in those classes, because you really like, we go through like these segments called Mind Wars, and one of my coaches, she's a licensed psychologist and a therapist, but she gives you like biblical therapy, which is beautiful.
That's kind, yeah.
It's like the way, like, everything that I've been through in life, I think like my stats, there's no way that I should be up here smiling. Like, it's impossible, but that's not what our Lord tells us. Like, it's just so beautiful the way you can really, really like just move your life with the way you think.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, to me it's just, even like being a single mom, like, oh, like I'm so happy. No, but yeah. I think it's like, I don't know. But of course, like I do think that you do have to cry it out, because that's a huge part of you, like, humbling yourself. And I think it's a huge part of you also releasing the emotions. And I think that when I used to, because I also used to think, I used to be very much like, oh, I'm strong, I'm independent, I'm like this, I'm like a powerful, strong, independent woman. Like, no, I still cry. I cry every single day. Like, recently made me hella cry. But it's something that I'm not ashamed to say. Like, I'm not ashamed to say, damn, like, you guys got me. Like, I'm crying. You guys have me crying. I'm hurt. Because that's how I feel. Like, I know that there's things that I could have done different. There's things that, I think that I have repented for, and I'm not ashamed to say that. To me, I think that's what's, the whole beautiful part about following Christ. And me, I'm just putting everything back to Christ. I'm sorry, it's because that's literally what my whole life has been revolved around. But
you never had to apologize for that.
I just think that's just have switching your mindset and stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, girl. I'm sorry. She's over here coughing. Unscripted.
She's comfy.
Yeah, she is.
Well, I'm sad to say I feel like our time is coming to a close. But honestly, I feel like we had a really, really good conversation.
Yes.
We talked a lot about faith. And honestly,
I know the whole conversation. I'm like,
we got to come back to this.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But honestly, like, truly, 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 like, from the bottom of my heart, like, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Of course.
Like I said, you were my first, like, guest outside of my group. So, like, this was I ain't gonna lie, it was a lot of, like, late nights, like, okay, what am I gonna ask her? What are we gonna talk about? But then a little bit of prayer. I was like, you know what? Just be yourself, be regular.
And look how God works.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on. I'm gonna shoot my shot on the pod. I'm not big enough yet to be on her pod, but at some point,
listen,
I will be on that pod.
We'll get you on. Yeah, if we're gonna talk about what we just like, I love having these conversations that a lot of people get uncomfortable talking about, because I don't know. I truly believe that there is so much power in our tongues, and us having a platform. I think that could be our calling. And one thing about my testimony is I don't want to miss my mark.
You want to know something funny? I actually, before I started the pod, I had a friend, his name is Nick, and he's really into church as well. Okay. And that was the initial, like, I want to do a podcast. Yeah. He was supposed to be my partner.
Oh, okay.
So shout out Nick. And it was supposed to be like a faith-driven podcast. Like, we were supposed to like bring on guests, but it was supposed to basically what we just did today.
Yeah.
Except with I had a partner, and it would be like a 3-person or 4-person, whatever. So that was the original plan with the podcast. But then, he's a full-time videographer as well. So he's kind of busy doing his thing. So he kind of fell through. And then I was like, let me just do it myself. But yeah.
That's so cool. And look, I feel like your podcast has been doing really well, and you've had really good guests on.
Thank you. I'm trying to follow in your footsteps.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. Bye, guys.